Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Inshallah, today we will learn Surah Takathur, the chapter of competition. Yes, competition for the worldly things like wealth, like the things like cars, as well as the worldly education. Yes, for example, we are running and competing other people just to get more and more in this world by forgetting that this world is just temporary and we are travelers here. Millions and billions of people come before us and they are now in the graves. We are temporary travelers here for a few years more, and the life is very unpredictable as well as uncertain. When it will be over, we don't know at all. And we are, and there is a known fact that we have to go to Allah Almighty. And these things like these dollars, these gold, as well as these cars will not help us at all. So, what we should do? We should learn Holy Quran, we should follow Holy Prophet's path so that we can compete for getting the happiness of Allah Almighty. In Holy Quran, Allah Almighty says, فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. Run towards Allah Almighty. Compete for getting the closeness of Allah Almighty. That is real success, inshallah. Now we will read, and inshallah we will also learn the translation of this surah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألهاكم التكاثر. Very easy. You should, if you want to memorize it, you should repeat this ayat 5 times. Every ayat you should memorize. You should repeat 5 times. Inshallah, you will memorize. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر. This is grave. حتى زرتم المقابر. كلا سوف تعلمون. ثم كلا سوف تعلمون. كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين. The last ayat is ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. Yes, let's read the translation. Here are the blessings of Allah Almighty that Allah Almighty discuss in this surah, that everything that we have is a blessing of Allah Almighty. The food, the family, the health, the water, the air, everything is a blessing of Allah Almighty. Let's read the translation. Alhaakumut takathur. Competition has distracted you. Who has distracted us? Competition for these worldly things. Yes. Hatta zurtumul maqabir. Until you visit your grave. You know that this life is a one way. It is not a two way. We have to spend some years here and then we have to go to grave. We have to the next world, to the world hereafter. And there is no return. Yes, there is no return. No one can come back. Yes, it is a fact. We should remember all the time. So, when we will be distracted by our worst enemy, Shaitan, that we should get more, and more, and we will forget Allah Almighty, and until we visit our grave, and then there is no chance that we can come back and we regain and we do more good things, and there is no chance again. So we should be very careful and we should learn Holy Quran and we should, so that we can get guidance from Allah's words. Next is, indeed, you are going to know. Yes, certainly you are going to know that what is the real success. Is this world is real success, or the world hereafter is real success? If this worldly things like car, like big bungalows and the properties and the wealth is of good value, Allah Almighty gave these worldly things to our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You know that our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had nothing that is of importance in this world. Our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam always work hard for getting the happiness of Allah Almighty. Our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam get money and spend money for the poor people and give charity. So we should also follow the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and we should not get distracted by shaitan. The next ayat, if you only know with knowledge of certainty, you will surely be the, you will, let's read this one, you will surely see the hellfire. Yes, what is for these people who will be distracted by shaitan, who will spend their energy, full energy, and their wealth and their health just for getting more and more, they will surely see the hellfire, because they will uh, forget Allah Almighty and will not obey Allah Almighty's directions and will not follow the pathway of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If someone is working hard and following the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's path and earning money and giving zakat and sadaqat as Allah Almighty's directions and commands, he will definitely get success in this world and the world hereafter. In this surah, Allah Almighty is discussing those people who are overly obsessed with the competition, who are not obeying Allah Almighty's directions just because they are very, very much busy in getting more and more, in competing for this worldly things. So this is a difference. Then the second last ayat, then you will see it with the eyes of certainty. Then on that day you will be questioned about the blessings. Allah Almighty will question us on the day of judgment about the blessings that Allah Almighty He has given to us. These blessings are uncountable. So we should always be very grateful to Allah Almighty and work hard to get the happiness of Allah Almighty instead of making the people happy. We should work hard to make Allah Almighty happy. We should compete for getting the closeness of Allah Almighty. That is a really big and great competition that will make us successful in this world and the world hereafter, inshallah. Take care, memorize this surah, learn the translation. Allah Hafiz.